Welcome to episode 8, where we talk about featured snippets and SERP features. Hey guys, today we're going to be exploring and explaining what featured snippets are, as well as the multiple other rich media features. So if you're interested in ensuring that you get into the boxes and all of the stuff that you see at the top of the SERPs for various search terms, we're going to tell you how you can optimize your content and your website to do just that. Stay tuned. Are you enjoying these videos? If you are, I'd really appreciate you subscribing to the channel to stay engaged, and I'll catch you in the next video. Guys, imagine going into a supermarket with no sections and no signs. Confusing as heck, right? You'd probably walk out. So not caring about your featured snippets or your rich media features is a little bit like going into a supermarket that doesn't have any product labels or any aisle markers. And I'm going to give your website the appropriate product labels, the appropriate aisle markers, and I'm going to show you exactly what they are in today's episode to ensure you make the most of the opportunity that is featured snippets and rich media features. Let's get into it. And today, guys, I'm going to be dropping a little bit of an S-bomb with the triple S, a spotlight on SERPs, a showcase for media and merchandise, and supportive enhancements. So now let's move to looking at spotlight on SERPs. So fundamentally, the spotlight on the SERPs refers to any type of rich media placement broadly that appears on Google. So for example, I search solicitors London, and this would be an example of a local pack ranking. You can see Woodford solicitors appear here. There's also related questions that come up, and there's also a carousel for Twitter that comes up for solicitors London on Twitter. So there's multiple different types of fundamentally SERP placements, as you can see here. We've also got find results on find top solicitors in London. So there's a whole range of different types of queries, okay? Then you've also got a knowledge panel. So I've just searched my name, and you can see I've got a knowledge panel currently that appears here at the top and then here on the right-hand side. And then in another example, why is grass green? You can see that here comes up a featured snippet itself. So we've got a local pack here. We've got related questions here. We've got a Twitter carousel here. By carousel, as you can see, there's this. And then you've got, of course, the actual featured snippet here. So let's go through fundamentally from a tactical perspective. What can you do when you think about getting into SERPs for different types of queries? So I'm going to break it down in 3 simple elements as we think about each of these search results. So from a local perspective, the things that fundamentally really matter, as you can see, are up-to-date listings, reviews, 112, 98, 209, and of course, reviews that are fantastic. And then if we go ahead and jump into the more businesses section and take a look at each of these rankings, what you'll notice is that all of the information is filled out. It has very likely relevant keywords. So we've got visa, we've got money. What we'll also see is that there is a consistent stream of reviews, and all of these will help from a local perspective. There's also replies to anything that has been negative. So these are some quick fire ways to think about comparing your own Google Maps actual listed business to see how does it compare against some of the top performing actual rankings here. And to be honest with you, as we can see, this is actually sponsored. So if we go ahead now and look at the organic #1 listing, Woodford Solicitors LLP, you'll notice that they've got the whole list of services. You'll notice that they've got 112 reviews. You'll notice that, to be honest with you, it's very similar in style, but they are responding here, and there are new reviews that are coming in, and all of these elements compose important parts of an actual local packs ranking. Now, if we look at getting into the knowledge panel, we're looking at local PR, we're looking at sites, for example, and this is the way to reverse engineer it. What you'll see is that here we've got the knowledge panel on the right-hand side. We've got a actual snippet, if you will, here at the top. We've also got the Twitter carousel here, and we've got a whole stream of listings here, as well as an image-based result at the bottom.
and a simple way of thinking about, well, how can I get my own personal brand into the knowledge panel? If we now, for example, search Pearl Lemon, let's have a look at what comes up. Then we've also got the knowledge panel here on the right-hand side. A simple, quick strategy to do this really is to reverse engineer what a company that's already doing it has in terms of results on page 1 to page 2 of Google. So if we, for example, went backwards and took a look at Deepak Shukla, what I'd encourage you to do is, and let's just list off the sites that are publicly accessible to anyone. We've got LinkedIn, we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram, we've got Wiki Alpha, we've got YouTube, we've got Crunchbase. Let's head over to the next section. We've got Facebook, we've got the companies that I register and own, and we've got Amazon Books, and so on and so forth. So looking at all of these elements are really quick and tactical ways to think about getting a knowledge panel as well as getting into the actual Google Maps pack. And then if we think about elements such as the actual featured snippet here, this is where we move to looking inside the Semrush dashboard to see what we can do. So let's actually get into it. So now let's dive into the spotlights on SERP, the showcases for media and merchandise, as well as the actual supportive enhancements. So we're talking about anything that appears on Google. We've got the image pack, the video carousel, shopping results, recipes, other carousels, site links, related questions, reviews, structured snippets. There are all kinds and all sorts. And a good way to think about it is to fundamentally jump into the keyword magic tool. Let's now look at, for example, anything to do with carpets. Let's say you're in the business of selling carpets. And if we dive in, what you will find, for example, when you run a search is you can then go to a particular search. Let's go and have a look at carpet cleaner. What we can then do is go into all keywords based around questions. And the reason that I look at questions is because these types of keywords really perform well when it comes to featured snippets that use the how, why, where, what style of questions. So now we've got the list of SERP features here, and what we can do if we're looking for a particular SERP feature, a good way to look at that is go to the advanced filters section, and you have, as you can see, a whole list of actual SERP features here. So depending upon the business that you're in, you can literally identify through running your initial query in the keyword magic tool, looking at really any level of keyword. Questions are always a fantastic thing to consider because they do really well when it comes to people also ask, when it comes to potentially instant answers, when it comes to FAQs, when it comes to featured snippets. But in any event, you can also look at all, and then based upon the area that you're in, you can select all, or rather select an individual one, and then get a sense. For example, if we go to featured video only, let's just set that filter. We've got one selected. Let's now apply that, and that takes the 197 keywords down to 0 in this instance. So then all we need to do is expand it to video, and then also expand it to video carousel. And I'm more than confident if we now go to apply, free selected, and yes, we've now got 13,000 keywords that appear for fundamentally anything in relation to the SERPs. And then if we now switch it, because I'm based in the UK, let's switch it to the UK. Now let's go ahead and take a look at carpet and couch cleaner. So we'll go ahead and Google carpet and couch cleaner. And what we'll find is in the SERPs, there will likely be some video. Here we go. Video carousel, or listing rather, in the SERPs. And this is a great way of determining through research, what can I go after, what appears on Google or otherwise based upon a particular type of featured snippet. There you have it.
Hey guys, we've come to the end of episode 8, and just to recap, we went through dropping the S-bomb or the triple S. That's spotlights on SERP, showcases for media and merchandise, and supportive enhancements. And now it's time for episode 9.